Green Day has gained a lot of fans over the years, but with that they've also gained a lot of haters. And in this video we'll be focusing on them. All these reviews will be taken from Amazon. In this video I'll be focusing on the CD reviews, but let me know if you want a part 2 with the vinyls. Most of the 1-star reviews I found were broken products, which is fair enough, but I'll be focusing on the funny, actual, bad comments on the band. Enjoy the video! Firstly, we'll start with American Idiot. This 1-star review is titled, "You've Got to Be Kidding."
So what do we have here then? Oh well kids, I'll enlighten you. Basically we have recycled watered down Sex Pistols riffs, combined with Davy Jones pop harmonies. But not as good. Layered on top. And that's it. Songs? Well, there's a couple of lame spineless attempts here to do something slightly different, but basically each track rolls into the other, you know, in that poppy punk way that so many of today's rock bands do. And this band has got a Broadway show on their own, and this band are one of the biggest in the world. Well, you children really have lost the plot, haven't you? I have no idea why that lol was thrown in there, and this person obviously does not like Green Day. So yeah, on to the next one. Yes, I am a huge 90s Green Day fan, but this is no harking back. I am simply stating that while this may be a good pop album, I wouldn't know, so I apologise. Green Day are/were a punk band. Shock horror! Therefore, this album's not exactly... I don't know how to pronounce that word. In fact, it is the greatest pile of drivel I have heard in a very long time, and is depressingly overrated, which I could understand from Lovely Little Girls magazines, but from the rock press, 'twas a bad time all. And anyway, on to the point. The title track is a slab of inadequate songwriting, not what people have come to expect in this day and age. Holiday is the only listable song on this album, actually, so just download it. The other songs are self-indulgent ballads for those who listen to pop-punk ballads of the 90s, and the 12-minute rock operas? Leave it to Machine Head. Green Day simply do not have the songwriting capacity for this sort of epic music, which should be left to musicians with A, something interesting to say, and B, some sort of understanding of the world, and who doesn't just stand around about their countries. Therefore, in conclusion, I will say to Green Day fans, leave it well alone. Step away from the shelf and buy Rancid. Teenage girls, buy it, you'll love it. This was a long review and it's very painful to read. We'll do one more for American Idiot, and this one is the funniest one. Monstrosity. Brainless sugar music for dull children. Is this the future of music? 3-minute pop-punk songs? An insult to punk. Armstrong still looks like Bowie's homeless cousin. His voice is weak and irritating, the drums are too erratic, and there are no good bass lines. Why have a bassist if he's useless? Most of the songs have lyrics aimed at 12-year-old. American Idiot is sugar music at its finest. Green Day tried to do Rage Against the Machine politics and fail miserably, while the likes of Wake Me Up When September Ends and Holiday don't go anywhere and are far too bland. After the rave reviews, I'm very disappointed. This was definitely the funniest one, but it was also upsetting because Mike Dunn is not useless, and Billy Joe Armstrong kind of does resemble a homeless David Bowie now thinking about it, but still doesn't make him bad. We now have 2 short ones about Nimrod. This review is simply, I return the record, the songs suck. Although the description just says, I don't even mind, which makes no sense. And then this person said more to it than I expected. I opened up eager and ready to play it, only to take the Dookie disc out. Definitely wasn't a personal gem that I was expecting. Now this is a flaw from Amazon, but at the same time it shouldn't necessarily be 1 star because they're happy about it, if that makes sense. But you know. Now we'll do Dookie. Is this a joke? This tasteless cover is a good indication of the lack of musical invention within. Musical growth rate of this band cannot even be charted. They are treading water in a sea of retarded sexuality and bad poetry. This same person left the exact same review he did on Nimrod. I returned the record, the songs suck, and he put I don't even mind. Like what? I'm not even sure what this one's meant to mean. It just says inbrained, and he came in extremely determined. I'm not sure if that's talking about Billy's vocals, if you know what I mean. He's very good with his vocals. But this is not supposed to be a 1-star review. Last but not least, we'll look at the 21st Century Breakdown 1-star reviews. What happened to Green Day? For years I stuck up with them with their deviance from their punk rock roots, and finally it produced a great album, American Idiot, although it's nowhere near as good as their old stuff. However, Billy Joe Armstrong has decided pop-punk songs are no longer sufficient to boost his ego on his quest to be the greatest songwriter of all. Suddenly it becomes apparent with the pop ballad 21 Guns that Billy is trying to gain critical acclaim. But I thought Green Day was all about giving the finger to people like Tim Yoahan and the other critics of the music. Don't buy this album, just pretend that Green Day disbanded after Insomniac, and that's the only possible way they'll ever be remembered as the world's greatest punk rock band. They used to be so good. Green Day, what happened? This album is terrible. Go back to your old stuff. I'm sorry, but I simply do not like this album. You're really not the same as you used to be. Some of the songs are alright, but nothing more. The style of the music isn't the same. Our last review is boring. This is a album that I really wanted to be good, but it's not a void. I've no idea what this guy is trying to say. And yeah, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you want a part 2. This is an original idea, because I looked this up on YouTube, and no one's done it, as far as I can see. So yeah, let me know if you want a part 2, and please consider subscribing if you're enjoying this channel, and goodbye.